I am so excited for this. Hello my book besties, it's Jano, and today I'm bringing you a reading vlog that I've been super excited to start filming and start working on. But today's the day that I am finally starting the Zodiac Academy by Peckham and Susanne Valenti. I have heard so much about this series, and at the same time I don't really know that much about what it's about, but that's how I like going into it, and just I am so excited for this and I cannot wait to capture all my thoughts on it. It is a massive series, and what I've decided to do is I'm going to film all my reading experiences of it. I don't know if this is going to be like more than one part or not, or if I just try and put it all into one big thing. There will be spoilers in this, so just fair warning that I will sort of indicate what book I'm up to as to what spoilers I'm giving. And the way I'm planning on reading this is in the emotionally damaging reading order. So I will put the reading order down below here that I'm planning on reading it all in. And I do believe, I think it's number 8, that you read 8 and 8.5 in tandem. So I'll be reading those at the same time, but I am so excited. I've seen so much about the series and I cannot wait to get started. So today's the day I'm doing it. I do have the audiobook on my phone from the library, so I will be fully immersively reading at least the first one. I don't know how many of the other ones my library has access to for the audiobook. I'm hoping that as I read it, it gets more and more of them, because I do know that they are being released. And I'm hoping at some point that, well, providing I enjoy the series, which from what I've heard, I think I really will, then I'd really like to own the complete series. But it's really difficult to get in Australia, and I'm not getting the ones on Amazon that are half in the new covers and half in the old. I want all the new ones, so I'm debating whether or not I just cave and buy the limited edition sets. But we'll see. We'll see how much I enjoy it first. Anyway, I'm gonna get started. Yay! Okay, where's my link? Oh, it's a full cast, cinematic, music and sound effects, audio too. Oh, love. So, got my audiobook and let's get started.
29 and I find myself wondering what did happen.
Okay, I'm on chapter 2 and what the fuck? Sorry. After one chapter I gave up with the audiobook. I like it when there's a full cast, but there's all this like the idea of cinematic music and sound effects and everything is great, but it was so distracting. And then because they were doing the sounds of things, they weren't actually saying words as I was reading them. And I think it's also a slightly different edition too, because I'm reading the updated versions that are currently getting released, whereas this is the old version. So yeah, I think I'll stick to just reading it and not worry about the audiobook. Oh my god. Ooh. My copy of Rebel Witch just came in and oh, that was a bad thing to see. But I can't put another book on my TBR for this month. I'm going to have to bump it to next month. I'll bump it to May 1. Oh, I've been waiting for such a long time for that book. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to keep listening to the audiobook of this. Which is such a shame. But anyway, so this random dude is just popping up in both the sisters. I'm excited. I'm really liking it. I'm liking the writing so far. Like, it's only 2 chapters in, but I'm already into the story and I can kind of like see the 2 sisters' perspectives. So, what is it? It is 20 to 12 now. I have to go back to the gym at some point. So, I'm kind of in 2 minds of, do I go back now and then I can read from the entire time that I get back until 5 o'clock when I've got to start work? Or do I read until like 1, give myself an hour of reading, then go to the gym? I think that's what I might do. So, yay! I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna make a coffee and then keep reading.
To the last 10, I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs.
Okay, hello, I'm back in my usual spot on the couch, and I am now 85% of the way through the first book, and I am loving it. So I'm loving the dynamics between the twins. I love the 4 heirs. My only problem I'm having is I'm getting a little bit confused of who's who. Like, I don't have it quite down pat of which heir is which. And something that I really do miss about reading a physical book is being able to quickly go to like the front page. I'm just trying to see if this one even has it. It's table of contents. Yeah, like it doesn't have like a breakdown of who's who and what house and what affinity they've got. So I'm just forgetting what, like, all the heirs, what house they're from, and then what type they are. So that's a little bit confusing, but I only have an hour left of the book, so I want to get that finished now. And then I can't wait to read the second one. I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm loving the dynamic between all 4 heirs and the twins and how they interact. And yeah, it's so exciting. I can't wait to keep going. I'm loving it. I'm glad that I'm liking it this much. And that apparently after the 3rd book it gets better. So I'm looking forward to that as well, but I'm already enjoying it. So that's a good sign. I have just finished book number 1 of the Zodiac Academy, and oh my god, loving it. I cannot wait to be able to get on to the next one because I need to know what happens next. I feel weird doing spoilers in this video, even though I know I said that this was going to be full of spoilers. So if you haven't read the first book, well then go and read the first book and then you can keep listening. I think what I'll do is I'll timestamp everything so that you know where I'm up to in the books, and therefore if you haven't read past that, then obviously you can stop there and then come back to it when you've read that book.
Is this really happening?
But I do not understand. The twins know that the heirs are out to get them. Don't give them anything. Don't tell them shit. Like, I get that some of it was they were under compulsions and things like that, but still they're then hooking up with them. What do you expect? They're not gonna change. They're absolute assholes. Like, of course they're gonna do something as shit as cut your hair, but then like, oh my god, to try and drown and kill the other one, like, Tori. That was horrific. And I could not imagine being that scared, because obviously with her past, she would have been petrified and just not having any control over that situation. And of course, all that happens is detentions for 2 weeks. What the fuck? You just tried to kill someone. But it's so good. I love how everything's woven together, like the Zodiacs, the tarot cards, well, they're sort of starting to get introduced, and then the elements and everything. I love how it's all incorporated into each other. So I'm definitely excited to see where the second book goes. Obviously, I can kind of assume that they pass the reckoning and make it through the academy, because the series goes on for fucking forever. So they must get through at least the reckoning, because that is, I'm pretty sure, the second book. But I'm looking forward to reading it and keeping going. It's 12:30 now. I'm just debating whether or not to move from where I am. Anyway, that's it for this vlog until I pick up the next one.
Man, I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you.
Okay, hello. It is time to finally move on to book number 2 of the Zodiac Academy. I cannot wait to get into this one, because I loved the first one, and now I'm going to read the second one, and I hope that I love it just as much. Yeah, where's my Kindle? So, the second one is called Ruthless. I was having a look at it. Amazon have the audio book. You get the discounted audio Whisper Sync, and it's like $3. So I'm in ahhing if I want to get the audio book on there, purely because all of my libraries and everything, they all have the it's not just a complete cast, but they have like background sounds as well, and I really do not like that style of audiobook narration. I do not like having like walking and all those background noises. I find it too much and too busy, and especially when you're speeding up the book, it just sounds really weird. So I don't like those versions. I can't think of the company that does them, but they do. Like, that's what they do for audiobooks. So I'm debating whether or not to buy the audiobook through that. If it's not too late, I assume it's not. And that way I have the audiobook forever. So maybe I will just do that. No, I'm not a fan of Audible though, because it doesn't tell you like where you are properly into a book. But anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to cave and get it. But I am looking forward to starting this. So I guess I will go onto Amazon, purchase this audiobook first, and then I will get into reading.
Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come 1 in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you.
I am like, actually, I don't even know how far into Zodiac Academy I am. Should have checked that before coming on here and doing an update, because that would definitely be helpful. Seriously. Okay, I am halfway through. I'm on page 244 out of 534. So about halfway. Anyway, in the chapter on when Darius goes back to his parents' place, I actually feel so sorry for him. Like, to stand there and listen to your father say, I have an heir, but I've lost my spare. Oh my God. Like, to treat your sons like that and to be that disappointed by your son when it wasn't his fault, there's nothing he could do about it, and be that ashamed, like, oh, like, I don't want to feel for these guys, but we're now starting to get the backstory of them and how they were raised, and I'm loving that in this book and getting those other perspectives. I think it's definitely adding to this overall storyline that I'm absolutely loving, and yeah, it's just so good. This book even more so than the first one, and I love the first one, so I just hope the series keeps going from here and I don't get tired of it. But yeah, where am I up to? They've just raided the rooms. If you didn't know, this is spoil filled too. Yeah, so they've had to go and like hide the gold and everything, and oh, just the way that was handled, like stealing it and then setting the room on fire, just so good. Like, it's just payback, like petty payback. I love it. But yes, I'm definitely loving this book as well, and I cannot wait to sit down and read more of it. I'm loving the series. I don't know how I didn't hear about it sooner. Anyway, I've heard about it for like a year, but I just never got around to it because it is such a big series and it's so intimidating. But oh my God, yeah, I'm in love. Just, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to reading. I do need to do some work at some point, but I don't want to. I just want to read. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm doing a car update because I just finished Zodiac Academy book number 2 and I loved it. I loved the drama that happened at the end of it, and I love that we're starting to see glimpses of the like extreme power that the twins have and like how that's all manifesting and like starting to come through, and I'm so excited. Oh, it's so good. And also that, you know, we're starting to see some sexual things happen with characters, and so good. So we've had the spice, we've had some more magical stuff, we're going to see more of the world where like there's everything else that's happening in the underlying story as well. I'm loving it. Oh, it was so good. I think, yeah, I think it was another 5 stars. I loved it. And now I'm gonna drive to my partner's place, so I will be starting the 3rd book, hence why I'm doing a quick car update, because I didn't, oh gee, no, stay. I didn't want to move on to the 3rd book without updating so that I had some separation between them. But yes, so good. Anyway, I need to listen to the next one. Alright, putting it on now. Hello, so I am filming this a little bit later into reading than I would like to be updating, but I am 45% of the way through The Reckoning, which is the 3rd book in the Zodiac Academy series, and I'm just loving it. I'm loving that all the spice is starting to happen, and we're just starting to see all the relationships develop, and even though there's multiple guys, like, they have different relationships and the way that they connect is different, and I'm loving seeing that aspect. Although I do feel like we're missing a few of the guys. Like we don't see the other guys' perspectives, and I'm not sure if that's like we never really see it because there's the 4 heirs, and then we only really see the relationship with 2 of them, with Tori, and then kind of one of them with Darcy. Like, but I feel like we're missing a character, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm also loving the plot, like the nymphs and everything, and how that's intertwined with having like a little sort of story of where each book goes. There is that underlying story that's coming through, and we're seeing all the different bits come together. I'm loving this series. It feels like an adult's Harry Potter. Essentially, like growing up with Harry Potter and how I thought about the world and like being a part of it and being immersed in it, this does feel like the adult version, and I'm loving that. So I cannot wait to spend some more time reading this book and finishing it, and then I believe it's after this one I move on to the Ruthless Boys series. So that scares me a little bit, like having to learn new characters, but from memory you read all of the Ruthless Boys books and then pick up with book 4 from this series. So at least it's not going back and forth and trying to remember who's who in the zoo. But anyway, just thought I'd say how much I'm loving it. I'm loving Orion. Like, he's just so moody. And then you get like the nice moments with each of the characters. Like, they're all absolute arseholes, but then you have these glimpses of when they're not, and they're actually really nice, and you see their sweet personalities coming through. And I'm like, yes, but at the same time, I probably wouldn't be as into them if they were all like perfect gentlemen all the time, so you know. But yes, so good, highly recommend. Anyway, getting back to reading. Hello, so I'm jumping on because I realised I never actually wrapped up my thoughts on The Reckoning and the finishing out of this vlog. So how I found the first 3 books in the Zodiac Academy, and I absolutely loved it. I had a ball. I liked slowly getting to see more and more about the characters. In the 3rd book, we definitely got to see a lot more of the backstory of the boys and sort of what led them to how they are and what's going on in their lives. And I'm really interested in that. So I'm hoping as we continue on with the main Zodiac Academy series, we get to see more and more of that. But I'm also liking the romances that are starting, and the should I, shouldn't I, and the, oh, well, let's just go and, you know, go for it and, yeah, have some spicy time, and yeah, it's been great. I've been really enjoying it. The books are just so easy to read, and I fly through them. Once I pick them up, I'm just, yeah, that's all I really want to do and read, and I'm really enjoying listening to the audiobook and reading it at the same time. It just helps with all the characters. I think the narrators do such a great job with the different voices and having such a big range of characters. They've got different voices for each of them, and it definitely helps and it adds to the character. But I've been listening to the ones that have come on Audible, so they're not the dramatized versions or whatever they're called. I am not a fan of those ones. I can't do it. I can't stand all the extra noises, and yeah, as I'm trying to read along and it's like making a boom sound, but I'm reading the word boom, like it just does not connect in my head. And then when you're playing it 2 times speed, which is what I'm reading the books at, it just sounds so bad. So I know there are people that love those dramatized versions, but I do hope that audiobooks do both. I hope it doesn't go down the track of one or the other, because I think that's definitely going to be a shame, and I am not here for it. Okay, so absolutely loving the series. I'm so glad that I got into it, and I'm really liking recording my thoughts on it. I do want to get a little bit better in actually making sure that I'm recording everything and all my thoughts, but also like adding in some other stuff that I'm doing while doing it. Yes, so moving forward for this series, I am going to be moving on to, what is it, Dark Fae, which is the first book in the Ruthless Boys series, and I'm going to do those 4 books as the next part in this Zodiac series, and then I'm planning on reading the books in the emotionally damaging order. So we're gonna go into those, read those, see what I think about that series and how it sort of ties in, and then continue on. But yes. Anyway, I hope you like this video. If you want to let me know if other things you want to see, please let me know. And I will see you all next time. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you want it. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!